Hello, welcome to another edition of the Damage Per podcast. I am your host, Jesse Bartell, and joining me today is the one, the only, Easy E. Back from the grave. Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
Dre's goat was too much. Brought him back.
that's right. I'm standing on the corner straight slanging rocks.
Hey, real motherfucking G. Um, Easy E had a great solo career. I don't
hmm
care. I don't care what the
I mean, he gave us Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I owe him a debt of grat. Jesus Christ. Never mind. Just
bro's
never
having his
mind.
bro's having a stroke. He's been working out too much. He's got an aneurysm.
I have early onset dementia.
But he
I
did.
can't
See,
tell if I'm that or I'm just stupid.
no, he just got really pumped about Bone Thugs and Harmony. What
I
can I say?
did. I
Yeah.
did.
I just think Easy E got a lot of hate, obviously, for no
Oh
reason.
yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
died so tragically, and it was awful.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Um, Also Ozzy died, which was really sad for me.
Yeah. Boy, I'm
Like,
telling you. I I mean, I like Ozzy, but I've never been. But those people in the audience at his last show were losing their shit when he was doing Mama, and they had me tearing up.
yeah,
There's just like
yeah,
metalheads just hanging all over each other, bawling.
yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
my God.
I adore Mr. Osborne, so I was like, I was very sad. I mean, I also too like I don't know, like we're not exactly the same age, Mitch, but we're
Right.
close. But like, I mean, I grew up on, listening to, rock radio or whatever, and so of course I've
Mhm.
heard Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Blizzard of Oz. I think is an amazing album, but
Sure.
um. But also like, the Osbournes, which was like primo,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
MTV era where I was in high school and home. So
hmm
like he was just always around and
Right,
you just kind of fell in love with him that way too, just getting to know him.
right.
But I think that guy was just generally or genuinely just like a goofy shithead and
Oh
he
yeah.
did nobody harm. And was just was I was just really bummed when he died. But I mean, it wasn't like unexpected. We knew this was gonna happen. So
I didn't expect so quickly after that show though.
I mean, that was crazy. But I mean, like, it was like, oh well, he had Parkinson's and this and was in
Yeah,
like final stage or whatever. So it's like, okay, so he's gonna go some point. But yeah, it was
right.
definitely wild. It was like he does that last show, and it's just like, all right, he's gonna bow out now.
Yeah, like legit.
hmm And it's funny because then I get to see a bunch of videos of Zach Wild, and I forget that Zach Wild, like, contrary to how he looks, like you'd think he'd have like a
Mhm.
really strong Southern accent
Right.
just by how he looks, but he actually is just like this nerd from New Jersey. So he
Right.
talks like some dude from Jersey, and it's always hilarious when he talks. He's like, "Hey, yo, I thought, Ozzy
I
was my
know.
guy." It's just really weird
It is.
every time, man.
But damn, that speaking of a talent though, Jesus, that guy.
Zach, yeah, he's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, he
He's all
basically
at 13 bands now, I think.
Yeah, he's in all the bands. He's there's the Zach Wild band, there's the
hmm
or whatever, and he's got Black Label Society.
Yep.
He's an Ozzy,
Pantera. Yep.
Pantera. Yeah, he's kind of cleaning up. There's a few guys like that just end up they're like, "Oh, they're just playing in that now."
hmm
I was trying to think of another dude that did
Well, I
that.
mean, Phil Anselmo's got
Oh yeah, Phil
like four or
Anselmo.
five bands.
That's right.
I mean, he doesn't play instrument,
hmm
but yeah, they're those guys, especially the older guys. They just kind of you're like, hey, somebody retires, you're like, yeah, I'll fill in, whatever stuff like that. So and these are guys I grew up listening to a lot of the time, so it's
Well,
cool.
and they don't need to they don't need to like make like money with the band anymore.
Right, right,
They're
right.
just like I want to
That's
have
what they like to
fun.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, just hang out with my guys, hang out with the buds.
Yep.
Um, Also we're publishing Ozzy's last book, so
Oh, cool.
yeah. So it's also something worth mentioning. Um,
Salesman of the year. He's always on the clock.
that's right. That's right. It's yeah, that's right. I'll give you the ISBN. You can look it up. But it's yeah, Last Rites out this fall. And we were trying to push up the date,
Mm,
but it's more of a production issue rather than a content issue. So,
ah,
yeah. You know how it be
I do.
publishing, you know what I'm saying?
What a Christmas gift with the metalhead on everyone's list this year, though.
Yeah, Last Rites, Ozzy Osbourne. It's a follow-up to his last book, which was also from us, which is a memoir.
No, nice.
Anyway, enough talking about all this books and music and not video games.
Right.
Um, can't guarantee you this won't happen again, but
Oh, it will.
we're here today to talk about 2003's Max Payne 2. Bringing it in, we're bringing it back full circle.
Yep.
We played three first, and then we and then we played a billion more games after that, and then we played Max Payne 1 and then Max Payne 2, and that's where we're at now. So, feels good come full circle.
Does.
Yeah,
What a
it,
replay this was for me. I got to be honest.
same dude. I have a lot of thoughts, and all good thoughts, but it was
Yes.
definitely one of those things where I was like, I you just you pick up on a lot of obviously you just pick up on a lot of things now when you're just like, okay, like I'm just gonna sit and play this as an adult rather than like
Yes.
a kid who just rented it at Blockbuster, which
Yes.
who I was, and was like pumped about the new Max Payne. Um, and then also just knowing just sort of like Remedy as a company and like
Mhm.
where they ended up and like how this was really supposed to be the final Max Payne game. Like there wasn't gonna be, they didn't plan on making it a third game or anything. So
Right.
they were just like, this is it. This is the swan song. It was done very quickly in development time.
Mm.
And you can kind of see that a bit in terms of like levels and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
because they reuse a lot of the same levels in the chapters.
Hmm.
You go to the fun house like three times or four
Right.
times.
Right.
But like basically they were like, okay, this we're gonna make in 2 years, and they essentially just made like Max Payne 2.0, where they just fixed all the things that like they just made it a better experience in terms of
Yes.
like the Max Payne 1 experience. They just were like, we're gonna make it even more like I don't know, cinematic, less. I don't
Hmm.
want to say less goofy because I do think the game is still very goofy,
Oh, it's very goofy. Yeah.
but the storyline is way more grounded
It's
in more
it's
of a
it's it's more streamlined in a lot of ways.
yeah.
What?
There's not all this like oh like this drug is all running to the top, and there's
Hmm.
all this Norse mythology
Right.
crammed into it.
Yes.
It's literally just like, oh, we're gonna make like a Raymond Chandler novel, but also in the Max Payne verse where
Yeah.
this noir New York City, which is I always like how they depict New York City as like this is how it is all the time.
Yeah. I felt like that was a little better this time, though,
Hmm.
to their credit. But yeah,
Yeah,
it feels like the Ghost of Tsushima, and then when they released that extra island, that's almost what this feels like because it's a direct sequel.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, it's its own game, but like that DLC for Ghost was what 4 or 5 hours, so that's essentially what this is.
yeah, yeah. You can breeze through Max Payne pretty quickly.
Hmm.
It's pretty, I don't know. Yeah, 5, 6 hours to get through the main story. So,
Hmm.
so we're gonna talk Max Payne 2 today, which, yeah, like I said, I think we've already said that we enjoyed going back to it.
Yes,
I think I enjoyed going back to this more than the first Max Payne.
I
Um,
agree. I did too.
I think, and maybe that's because there's just more to like. I don't really know. We'll
Well,
talk. Yeah,
I know
but
for me, I think I kind of for me, I think what it comes down to is playing it like playing them back to back directly.
uh-huh.
I think that you could see, like I said, you could see what we were talking, the little like improvements and the things that they kind of fixed and honed in on, toned down things. And but the other thing is just getting the full story. Just I really
Right.
enjoyed that. because
Hmm.
when I would have played it before, that wouldn't have been my experience, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Because
it it
I think it works better, honestly, if you do play it right off the back of the first one, because playing it by itself, while it does tell its own story and you can follow it pretty, easily,
hmm
it's still you get so much more out of it if you have fresh on your mind the things that went on in the first one.
Yeah, exactly. And like a lot of the characters like
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Woden and
Mm-hmm.
Vlad
Mm-hmm.
and what Vinny Gagnini
Vinny.
who meets an unfortunate end. Um like their involvement in this game, which once again is definitely more like like it's more contained and it's more about sort of shifting powers of like mob
Mm-hmm.
people that Max has sort of gotten roped into because he got really horny, basically.
Yeah, good lord.
That's really it. Like that's really the story of Max Payne
There
too.
is the
But
dream
he
sequences.
simps
They're
so hard.
so yes. I had a dream about my dead wife, but then it was okay that she was dead. I was like, Jesus, dude. Look.
One of my favorite things in Max Payne 2 is like when you can listen to like whoever tapped his phone
Yes.
and you can listen to him when he calls like a sex line and
The
like the
sex line.
lady people call like picks up and he's like the bodies they started piling up and she's like do you just want to talk? He's like I gotta go. Like it like it was so obviously like a
Right, because
meta thing.
he talks to us with that in that inner monologue constantly. Just but imagine him trying to do that to
Yeah.
another person out loud.
I know his like over dramatic like word soup
Yeah.
descriptions of things just like yeah imagining him like just talking like that in real life to other people in the world is hilarious to think about.
And then having no one to do it, so he calls a sex line.
I know it's so funny, dude. um before we really get into Max Payne 2, which I mean clearly we want to talk about it, I just want to talk about some things if you we've been playing. I know that I mean for Mitch got that new Destiny update, correct?
Yeah.
So if you want to
The
talk about that or anything else you've been playing, hit me, son.
yeah, the fates have been edged. We're in the
Gross.
we're in the new Destiny expansion for better or worse, and that's exactly what it is. It's for better and for worse.
Oh, nice.
It's a great campaign. Story is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The story of the campaign is fantastic. The mechanics and the new location, probably my least favorite in the entire game.
Oh, bummer. Why?
It's an ugly planet.
Mm-hmm.
It's lots of I don't know, caves, and there's not much else. It's very rocky, and then they have I don't know, like these caves or these like green slime things hanging from everything and stuff. It's just not fun to traverse. And part of the issue is are these new like location specific abilities that they forced you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's one where you turn into a little spark ball like Samus, and you get to go through these little tunnels and shit. And then there's one where you have to grab one of the green slime ball things off the trees they grow on and crush it,
Uh-huh.
and that allows you to throw a grenade and bring different like platforms that like changes the terrain so you can jump higher over this thing or knock this wall back so you can go underneath it. And then there's this portal system where you grab this big like it's kind of like a scorch cannon, but it doesn't actually fire. It shoots this electric ball, and
Mm-hmm.
you shoot it into these satellite things, and you have to turn the satellite a certain way to get the thing to bounce off of each one, and then it opens up the portal, and the portal drops you on the other side of whatever you're trying to get past. And all of those things are annoying on their own, annoying enough, but probably the last, I would say, third of the campaign every mission requires you to use some combination of two or all three of those to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no direction, there's no hints. It's just you figure it out, which is fine if you're looking for secrets or you're, like doing stuff like that. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to play and you're into the story and you're running around this fucking room for an hour because you can't figure out what in the hell is trying, it doesn't mark it for you. Like there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just frustration on top of frustration for the last probably third of it.
That sucks. And that sucks for a lot of reasons, but I think that because like Destiny has
They
kind of
needed a win. And
yeah, I mean
this is not going to be it.
well, there's that, but I think like, Bungie's kind of trained their audience to like the progression of Destiny is kind of like the sweet spot,
Yes.
right? Like the forward momentum of
Mm.
all those
Oh yeah.
things. Yeah, when it comes to a grinding halt, you're just like, all right,
Well,
I
that's and
don't
that's
I
that's
don't
a
know
big
if I like this right
yeah.
now.
There's been a lot of backlash, not only for the campaign in Kepler, but also they've introduced all new armor system and an all new weapon system and an all new leveling system. They knocked us all back down to level 10.
Hmm.
We were 2020 or 20 2060 or something like that. They dropped us to 10. And like, so the hard cap I think now is 200, and then you can get up to 450. So everybody is grinding the shit out of the game for some reason, and I don't know why, because you can grind the game all day long to get to 450. There's no reason to be 450. Nothing happens once you hit 450. It's
Uh-huh.
just it's just nerds chasing this number, which is what Destiny is a lot of the
Right.
times. But I mean, like the raid is doable. I think 200 was like what people were trying to get to in the first week to do the raid,
Hmm.
and then challenge or contest mode or whatever ends. So now I think challenge mode or whatever it's called is coming next week, and they want you to be like, I don't know, between 350, and people are literally killing themselves trying to get to 400 450 this week, and everybody's upset. They're like, you don't level fast enough. And I'm like, well, what are you leveling for? Like, what do you if you get all this level 5 tier gear, there's nothing to do. Like,
Hmm.
you're putting yourself through hell doing this content that's designed for you to be the level you're at to even do. And
Right.
but you're killing yourself at 300 trying to get through it. And once you get to, what are you going to do? There's going to be nothing to do. And then they're complaining about that too. So
Do they have any like plans for those higher levels at all, or anything challenge
no,
wise
like I said,
that
the challenge mode or whatever of the raid drops next week. So
uh-huh.
that's it for now. Because this was the big content, the way they're doing content now. It's not a weekly and it's not seasons. It's two big expansions a year and then one smaller one or whatever, right?
And how much did this cost? Like what's the dollar value on this like
I
expansion?
think it was $100 for me because I bought everything. So I got the
Uh-huh.
expansion, and then I'll get the Star Wars Renegades one
Oh yeah. I forgot
that
about the
comes
Star
out
Wars
later.
collab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I get the raid, I get the dungeon. I basically paid for the whole everything that's going to come out this year. Cost me 100. I think just Edge of Fate was $40
All right. I
or
mean
maybe
that's still
50. I
that's
don't remember.
yeah.
I
That's
just know that Bungie's going to get me for 100 every year. So I just go ahead and pre-order whenever they drop the pre-order.
it's all right. It's all good. I mean, we
It's not
need
like I'm not going to play it. So,
yeah, exactly. I think like for me like the struggle or what I see with the struggle is for like say someone like Bungie or Blizzard with Diablo is that like post game content like all this stuff is like you have to keep it at this sweet spot so that you're just not like ending up like staring into the abyss
mhm.
like of like loot runs or whatever it is that you start to feel like what am I doing with my life, right?
Right.
Like you
Yes.
get to like you want to feel like you're engaging with the game and having fun and progressing towards some sort of goal that like you know makes sense and that you feel like you get a certain dollars worth amount out of it.
Hmm.
But a lot of times, and I felt this a lot with Diablo 4, more so early on, is that like you're just like, why am I even doing this? Like the gear is not that much different or better or this, that.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's a hard thing to maintain. Like I think that's such a like I don't know, like I don't envy the jobs of those people who work
No.
in Bungie or like Blizzard in terms of like having to figure out how to make a game where there really is no end to it to
Hmm.
still feel like you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard,
Yep.
man. It's
Yep.
hard.
Yep. But I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, probably even on your show, that That's a good
It's
problem to have, I
it's
guess.
our show, Mitch. It's our
People
show.
people I mean people wanting to play your game so badly that they play it when you drop content, they won't stop playing it until they run out of shit to do and then they complain. So I'm
Yeah,
like, well, hey, at
exactly.
least they want to play it that much.
And they're paying money, so
That too. Yep.
they'll when the coffers dry up, that will be when they have to figure it out.
Exactly. I'm just my concern at this point is that Sony's going to step in.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Things are pretty messy
Hmm.
at the big three.
Hmm.
So who knows what's gonna happen, but well, but at least I mean at least like you said the campaign story stuff is engaging enough that
Yeah,
you
and this is the new big, the what 10 years was light versus darkness. So
yeah.
I guess we're getting into the story of the nine now. So it's like I said, we had talked before. They introduced in the trailers. I said this looks like it might be get a little wacky, and it
Mhm.
certainly does.
When you say
So
wacky, do you mean like
I
funny or
was
just like really
no,
weird?
I was getting I think I text you, but I was getting pretty strong control vibes,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and yeah,
Nice.
there's definitely some influence there.
Nice.
I feel like anyway.
Well, that's good. Destiny 2, Fate in the Edge in the Fate,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
live now on your
Yeah, your
video
console of
game
choice, but don't play it on
cons.
a PS5 because
Don't play it on a PS5?
it's full of bugs, and
Oh no.
one of the bugs on the PS5 is that
It erases
there
your file.
there's just no sound for certain
Oh
sections.
God.
Oh, it's been bad, dude. There's one armor set that they dropped a new armor set in Eververse this week. They had to take away because and it's so aggravating because there was a hunter set that I got that I loved. I loved it so much. It was a samurai themed, but it's really good. And
Hmm.
so I went and I was playing the Pinnacle Ops every day, and I got the whole set. And I got up to play the next morning, and my cloak looked completely different. And I was like, "Uh oh, my game's bugging or something's happened." So I kept trying to take it off and put it back on, and say it still just looked like this. And it just became this like regular ass looking hood instead of what I had. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I got on Twitter to look at whatever Destiny updates or whatever the fuck it is, and they're like, "We've identified an issue with the Bushido cloak. It's causing errors for people on PS4." And I'm like, "Well, fuck them! Like, what are you doing playing this game on a PS4 still? Like, why are why are we still updating this game for the PS4? Like, Jesus!" So yeah, I finally got my cloak back yesterday.
Uh-huh.
But then anyway, and then yeah, I got it back yesterday. Tuesday there was a reset. They dropped this Warlock set. Well, they dropped sets for all three, and it's this set that makes everybody look like a church, like an old Gothic church. Like there's like pieces of stained glass, and
Oh, okay.
if you turn kind of different directions, they'll glow and shit a little bit.
All right.
They're pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody who bought the Warlock one, it got taken away immediately because it was causing an issue on the PS4.
Oh my
I'm
God,
just like,
bro.
come on, man.
Oh
So
my
you can
God.
equip it, but it will not appear.
Jeez, that's whack.
Yeah. So there's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, that's and it's all because of PS4 players, right?
No, it's because they
It's
keep
because
taking
it's because of Bungie.
people and fucking giving them the marathon that nobody wants to play. And
Bro, Marathon is a
it's a
doesn't
mess.
exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It was nuked. It was nuked by Sony.
Yes. I could still see I don't know though, after they killed the shit out of that other game that everybody hated, that third person Overwatch looking game.
Wait, what?
What was
What?
that game?
Oh, Concord?
Concord, yeah. Well, they killed the shit out of that. They even offered console players a refund. That never happens.
That's so crazy.
So,
Concord's a is we're gonna that's gonna be like a just a I don't know, like an oral history of Concord in like five
mm,
years of like what all the things that happened, and
yeah.
that is monumental disaster in gaming history for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Not a game I was interested in or cared about, but I mean,
Eh,
I think everything around that
it
was
didn't look. terrible. I was just so
No, no.
I was just so burnt out on hero shooters that I had no interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. I mean, for me, it's just not the type of game I would sit down and just play, but
Mm.
it's wild to me that they like pulled the plug. What was it, after a week or two
Yeah,
weeks or
2 weeks,
something?
something like that. Yeah,
Like
it was not
that,
very long.
that is just it's wild, man. It's just wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, play anything else?
Well, I have a Switch again.
Oh hell yeah, you got that
Uh, I got
OLED.
that set off the reggae horns, everybody.
Pew, 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 pew,
We're back
pew.
in Switchland,
We're
and
back, bitches.
I have been playing the absolute shit out of Infernax.
Nice.
I love that game so much.
I gotta play that.
It's so good.
Look, that OLED's that OLED. What's your OLED review in 2025?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a
Mm.
lot. I'm glad I went with that instead of the two. I don't.
Hmm.
I just don't need a two yet.
You don't.
Eventually,
You
I'm
don't.
sure I will. But this is more than enough for me, and it almost it feels like such an upgrade from my launch Switch that I almost feel like I got a two anyway.
Mm.
So
That's great. I mean, the OLED screen, dude, is
yeah,
killer. Like, it's
yes,
just so good.
yes.
And like I
I'd
said,
say I don't do online, and I guess that's where all my saves were. So I'm having to start everything over from scratch. So I don't know. There were some things I'm probably just done with, like that I haven't finished, but that's okay.
yeah, I mean, like I said, if they added like a extra $200 Switch 2 with the OLED screen, I would have gotten that, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I just got the regular. It's fine.
Well, look at you, big baller.
Look at me, man, just throwing money, just throwing it out there. So you've been playing Infernax. Any
Mhm.
other good Switch games you've been?
I just got Dredge in the mail.
Oh
I popped it
yeah.
in the other night and started it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna have to play on the. I'm gonna have to play it docked, unfortunately.
Oh, why is
Uh,
that?
the text is so tiny, and there's no
Um,
way to make it larger, and
mhm.
I just can't read it.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's.
I have that same copy of Dredge that you got. It's like the complete
Mhm,
version, whatever. But I've yet to play it, and I've yet to play it in handheld, so I don't know. But that's a
yeah.
bummer. That's a bummer. But I look
But
forward to.
I've got an extensive catalog in there, a lot of which were never played. So I've got my work. I really want to play Astral Chain. That's one that's going to be
Oh yeah.
that might be next. I was going to do Metroid Dread because I started it when mine died,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Astral Chain's calling me, so
Oh, it's Platinum Games, baby.
yes, sir. So I'm kind of probably leaning towards that one instead of Dread because I've
Ma-
got time. Six is gonna never come out anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I think one of my favorite things about the Switch family, I guess they
Hmm.
call it now, is that it has a great catalog. Like
Hmm.
just a
Oh,
great,
absolutely.
great catalog of games that doesn't re that do a great catalog of games that does not require a huge amount of horsepower to run well.
Hmm.
So you can.
And most of which is available physically, which is awesome.
Yes, there's also that. I just got in the mail my copy of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver
Oh,
1 and 2.
nice.
I'm very excited to sit down with that again.
Hmm.
Um, and I'll just segue into what I've been playing. Been playing Max Payne 2.
Hmm.
Uh, come on, let's go. And then um playing a lot of odds and ends, I think, but I think the big one I played was the new Donkey Kong.
Hmm.
They put their whole Kongusi into that game. It's that is what we call a good video game.
Yeah.
That is what we call a solid 10 out of 10 video game. That was
Okay.
just it's just effortless perfection.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I mean I think Odyssey was the last time I really loved a platformer. I'm trying to think in recent memory. I think Odyssey was definitely like one where I was like, yeah, like I feel like a kid again playing platformers. But I
Mm,
think more so with Donkey Kong definitely reminded me more of like I don't know, like the banjo stuff and like
mm-hmm.
I mean it's a different type of game where you can just obliterate the entire map,
Right.
which is wild and very difficult to because when you first boot it up and you're playing it, you're like, I just have to destroy everything.
Right.
And you slowly learn that that's not maybe the best way to play because you can just do that. You can just keep doing that and no one's going to stop you, like so you eventually have to be like, okay, I should just try to follow the main story and get to the point where I am OP, and then I
Mm.
can come back and obliterate everything and get all the collectibles. And
Right.
uh,
In true Nintendo fashion.
in true Nintendo fashion, yeah. I mean, I think, the game is just very refreshing. It's very fun. It has, you know, you're able to take on these like beast forms and do all different types of powers to go across the map. Like there's just this huge versatility, or there's a huge variety in the way you can approach the map and do whatever you want.
Mm.
If you are at A and you need to get to B, you can get to B the way that the game has directed you to do, or you could just punch a fucking wall and get to it. You know, like
Go
like
go red faction on that shit.
yeah, he's like yes, Geomod, Geomod. Welcome back, Geomod 2025. That's right. Red Faction's here to stay. Um, yeah, I don't think anybody really understands how crazy Red Faction was when it first came out.
Exactly.
It was
That
like,
shit
wait,
was mind blowing.
you can just explode the wall, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was a good time. But so yeah, looks beautiful, looks great. I mean, I think it's like it's mostly made by the Odyssey team. So if you
Oh,
liked
okay.
Odyssey, you will definitely like this. Like
Nice.
it has that quality to it, or like that sensibility to it, in a lot of the ways in which you get the bananagrams that would be the moons.
Mm, hmm.
But there's also other things, just like challenge stages. It's a very, at times, cozy game. I mean, just the design of it is very enjoyable, like the way it looks, the way it sounds, the music's incredible. It is a top quality Nintendo product through and through.
Nice.
It's one, like I really like Mario Kart World. I think that's a great game. I think the barrier of entry for Mario Kart World is that you have to like Mario Kart, and I think
Yeah,
like, if you
100%.
don't
Yeah.
like Mario Kart World is not gonna you're not gonna
Right.
like it because
Right, right,
it's not like it's a different Mario Kart game. It's still Mario Kart.
right.
But I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza is like the first game for the Switch 2 where you're like, gotcha. Like
Mm,
this is what feels like this feels like early days system stuff for like what we
mm,
can do. And it makes me excited for like the next, 2 or 3 years where we get down the development line where we're seeing games that really take advantage of how
yes.
the Switch 2 works, as opposed to now, which, as with every launch, it just feels like a better version of the previous,
Mm,
console generation. Like it feels like just a up-resed version of that. So,
hmm.
um, yeah, man, I highly recommend that Danky Kang. It's good. I think it's still in the launch window, but it's not, wasn't a launch title, but
Right.
um,
It
you know,
feels like it though. It really does.
yeah, I mean, Nintendo just had their partner direct today, which was okay.
Mm.
It showed a lot of stuff that we already knew about, but showed some stuff from Square Enix that I'm very excited about.
No, cool.
Which I don't know if they're specific to Switch. Like, there's a new Octopath Traveler coming, and
Oh, Zero or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's this like brand new IP that is done in the 2D HD way that I'm blanking on the name of, but
Oh,
it
cool.
looks incredible. So like some of that stuff was a nice surprise. But like I mean they're really gonna have to figure out like I still like would be like hesitant to be like you have to get a Switch 2 to somebody, because like yes, you should definitely get Donkey Kong for it, but
Mm,
like you could probably wait until, because like you have Pokemon coming, but not everybody likes, plays Pokemon. So it's not
mm.
like it's a system seller for everyone. It's for a lot of people, yes, and
Oh,
it's
100%.
gonna
Yeah.
sell a lot of copies. But we're still kind of waiting to figure out like from them like what the other sort of flagship Nintendo game will be for the year that will, I don't know, I feel like would justify,
Yeah.
say like getting this. But people are keep saying like Metro Prime is gonna make
I
it, but I don't know,
don't
dude.
think so.
I don't know.
I wanted to so badly, but it's been so long, and they scrapped it, and started over.
Hmm.
There's nothing about it makes me excited, and I want it to be. That's what I
Yeah.
said. I was like, there was some direct, and I was like, if they announce Metroid Prime 6, I'm buying a Switch because I didn't buy one right away. And
Right.
I was like, because I just like they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do it, and I will be damned if that's not how it ended. That fucking thing ended. And I was like, fuck. And so I went and got the Switch. And
Well,
here I am, still
well,
Metroid Prime 6 list all these years later. So,
well, it's crazy because they had like playable versions, like at least playable,
mm-hmm,
like not playable versions, but they had playable, like I guess vertical slices of it.
mm-hmm,
So you figured that like it was gonna happen, like like it was like oh, like it's coming out very, very soon. But
mm.
mum's the word. But I don't know what's going on over. I don't know what's going on over at Nintendo right now.
I don't either.
But it's all good. It's all fine. Because like I said, there's a whole catalog of Switch One games that I'm still
Yep.
moving through that run better and faster, on the
Mm.
Switch too. So it's great. So yeah, Donkey Kong, highly recommend Bonanza. Uh, and I mean, I guess that's really the only thing to speak of, like of note. I feel like that's like the other thing I played through was Super Mario RPG for the Switch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that was fine.
I've never played that game.
It's fine. I played it and I played it to completion. I beat it and then I was
Mm.
like, I really want to play a real RPG now. Because it's like, I mean, it's a good game, it's fun, but like, you know, it doesn't have the complex systems of like an RPG. It doesn't have
Oh, yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
like the really great character development or like storyline or stuff. So at the end of it, I'm just like, I guess I'll play Bravely Default now.
Right.
And that's a good game. I started playing that. I'm playing the Switch 2 whatever
Mm.
remaster HD remaster and
Gotcha.
I played that on the 3DS, and now I'm playing it again. Thank you for just, that's what Nintendo does. You just
Oh, yeah.
buy games again.
Yep.
Um,
Well, that's what everybody does now. So,
yeah, but that's a good game. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to. And then, like I said, I'm really excited to get my hands on that, or not get my hands. I have it, but to play the Soul Reaver
yeah, yeah.
remaster that I got. And I ordered the one from Limited Run, so it came with a like
Hmm.
dust cover on it. That's really nice.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. Thanks, Limited Run.
Yeah, well, that's an untapped market for video games, the slip covers
Yeah,
that
man.
us Blu-ray buyers just lose our complete fucking total shit over.
I know. And we're so like like dumb little
Yep.
we're so stupid. We're just like
Yes.
this is worth of more
Yeah.
money. And
Yes.
it's just like
100%.
no, it's not. But okay, it is cool. I want it. Give it to me.
Yes.
So yeah. All right. We can talk main story. Main story. We can talk about the Epstein files. No, just kidding. We'll talk about
No.
Max Payne. Oh, Max Payne 2. Max Payne didn't go to Epstein's Island.
Yeah. Well,
I,
no, absolutely
I
not.
don't think so.
No.
I think he would just be mumbling to himself
I
the whole
think
time.
most of the inner circle probably did at one
Oh,
point.
Alfred Woden, big
Yes,
big
100%.
Epstein visitor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like primo.
Vlad, come on.
Because he's in a wheelchair and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like Stephen Hawking was when he went to.
Yeah. Jesus.
Anyway, um, what were we talking about?
Max.
Max Payne 2. Now I'm picturing like the game where he goes to Epstein's Island and he just like runs up on it on a boat and just starts like firing his
Like
fucking
fucking
M9s at
like
people.
Schwarzenegger at the end of Commando.
Yeah, just just one in each hand.
Yeah.
He's like the bodies were piling up. Women, children. um, so Max Payne 2 came out 2 years after Max Payne 1, which I said earlier is like an incredible turnaround in development time. You don't see that anymore. We're talking 6 to 8 years now for most development time.
Yeah.
So that was a very quick turnaround, and is interesting because the game just looks a lot better, and they the character models, they really worked on that, instead of just
Hmm.
having like people's faces photographed on top of
Yeah, polygons.
polygons, which, has its charm.
Oh, for sure.
So you know what? I honestly thought for all this time that Max Payne in Max Payne 2 was modeled off of James McCaffrey,
Mm-hmm.
like physically, but it was actually modeled off this dude named Timothy Gibbs, who's like this character actor who's done like a bunch of stuff. And I was like, huh, I guess I don't know. I guess McCaffrey and Gibbs are just kind of like average white guy looking. That it just kind of blended for me. But
Right.
but I thought that was interesting to me. That was the thing I learned. I was like, it was not. They didn't model his face off of James McCaffrey. They modeled it off of Timothy Gibbs. So, anyways, there you go. This was at the point in which Rockstar published across all platforms as opposed to just the consoles with the previous game. They bought the Max Payne name from Remedy for don't quote me on this, but it was like 10 million, I think. I could be wrong. Please correct me. It's about $10 million.
No,
dollars.
it was something like that because actually I saw a video on Max Payne 3 that I wanted to watch that was like Rockstar's $10 million mistake or $100 million mistake or something like that.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the money stuff in a little bit.
Okay.
In terms of like, well, we'll get to it. But basically, Rockstar was like, this game is dope. This is dope. The first one I guess did gangbusters, right? So
Hmm.
they really thought this was like an IP that they could invest in. So that's what they went and did. Um, Max Payne 2 was the one to introduce Havoc physics systems, sorry, the Havoc physics system to the game. So it caused ragdoll effects. If you play the game, there's just moments where it is just hilarious in which the bodies go flying or
Oh yeah.
they make a big point to like put things in the world that can be knocked over. And like I remember when I first rented Max Payne 2 and you're in the hospital in the beginning and you can like knock over the cart in the hospital room. And at the time that like blew my mind. Like
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like I was like, "Oh my God, like this is a next level interaction with physics." Little did I know Donkey Kong Bonanza could have you erase the entire map if you so
Max
choose.
Max Payne crawled so that Donkey Kong can
Yes,
smash.
Donkey Kong can run. Um, exactly. I mean, this is the time. This is the time when, like we going back to Red Faction. Like, this is the era where, people were really like, okay, like let's do weird stuff with the physics and environments, and ragdoll physics became a thing, which I miss incredibly. I don't know why we took ragdoll physics out of games. I think it's a tragedy. I
Hmm.
don't need people's bodies to flop over like they actually passed away after I shot
I
them.
don't either.
I want them to cartwheel spin
Yes.
to 50 miles in the air after I slap them with a grenade.
Right. I want yeah, I want it to look like when Triple H sells a stunner or The Rock sells a stunner, man. I want them flying. Like
I want it to be like when I used to throw a bunch of plasma grenades under the Warthog and
yes.
make it explode and fly up in the air. I want that to do with the bodies. And I don't know why we this used to be a great country and we've
This
lost
used to be
sight of
such a
what makes
great country.
video games.
I know.
Uh now it's like, yeah, watch the blood pool out in the exact way it would if they were a real person. It's like, I don't need that.
Yeah, please no.
I don't need that. um Anyway, so yeah, so the Havoc system was at play here, which wasn't in the first game, and it definitely makes for a lot of very fun moments when you either take guys out or you just open a door and they fly back. Pretty funny stuff. Um so this time around, obviously, like I also said earlier, in terms of story writing, Sam Lake, like he took like a writing class, came back and did this script, and it's like very clearly like Chris Nolan like came in or something, because you do the thing where you have the false start. You start halfway
Hmm.
through the game, and then you go back and you go back to figure out how we got, how did we get here, and then you kind of work your way up, and there's a lot of red herrings and characters who like Winterson's character, who you find out is like not exactly great, but like you like they play tricks on you in terms of like making you feel guilty about Winterson's death, and like there's all these other things that like in terms of working your way through it, the payoff of it in terms of the writing is really, I thought, good, especially for 2003.
Yes.
Um, it's really good. And like I said, they took away the like Max Payne 2 is still absurd, but they took away the like I don't know, the extra absurdity of the first game. They took away the Norse mythology. They took away the starting with the shooting the like shooting the druggies and then working your way all the way up
Mm,
this huge corporate ladder.
right.
This time, it's very much like you're kind of seeing it as it is, where it is a more or less a turf war between these two opposing sides, and one needs to get in control, and who does that and who's working for who is all kind of it's all convoluted in terms of until you get to the end. So
Hmm.
it's very more straightforward in that sense. um, and the game takes place 2 years after the first game. Max is back. He's been reinstated as a detective. He's working the case. He's obviously still haunted by everything from the first game, and then he sees Mona again and kind of gets caught up in her nonsense. And bro was really horny, and that's really like
Yeah.
he couldn't help himself. Like she was it, man. She was it. She kind of looks like Courtney Cox. So like I get it,
Yeah.
like I get it. And also with this game too, they did the thing that Halo 2 did where you play as a different character.
I was gonna say when you brought up the reusing of locations, at least smartly, they you got to play as Mona through. You got to see the other side of what you had just done as Max, so that helped a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a smart way. It's like a good way to hide, maybe development time that they didn't
Hmm.
have,
Hmm.
and being like, okay, you're gonna play this level like the funhouse or whatever, the where or that like apartment complex thing,
Hmm.
and you're gonna play it from a different perspective, and you'll be playing what you heard in Max's ear,
Hmm.
previously, which
Right.
I think is really smart. And it's actually really cool because there's like scenes, the scenes in which you have to be on the building and help Max get to the
Mm.
door is not my favorite part, but I do like that you do see him like go through the window and like fall
Yes.
down, and like
Yes.
you see that whole scene from her perspective,
Right.
and I think
Yeah,
that's really clever.
that was the part I think I said before when we were talking about playing part two. Is I only remember the part where you had to use a sniper rifle and protect this lady, and I completely forgot that you were playing Mona and you were protecting Max.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's
it's just as
not.
frustrating this year as it was way back in '03 for your boy over
Yeah,
here.
it's well the the first. I mean, I think the frustrating thing about Max Payne that they just really didn't know what to do yet is that there's just like no way to know where you're getting shot from, or who,
Hmm.
or where the enemy is. There's no.
Right. Right.
It's just not. They just weren't there
Well,
yet.
yeah, yeah, and like I can't snipe. I am not good at sniping in
Uh-huh.
any game ever, right?
Hmm.
So when Max is in my ear, you got cover me. I'm like, bitch, I don't know where you are. I'm still looking for you.
Yeah, I
Like
don't. It's all
it's like
brown, and I don't
you
know.
gotta take them out. And I was like, I know that. Where are they? Like,
And then like his body fills up with red, and you're like, I don't
mm-hmm.
where it is, I don't
Yeah,
know. That to me is really stressful,
yes,
is the like I can't heal the other person situation.
mm-hmm. Oh,
And I
I hate an escort mission with a
it's
passion.
the worst. It's the worst. You get a couple of those. Although I think the one with Vinny Gognitti is pretty funny.
The one with Vinny's great, and
Yeah.
it's like at least I'm not sniping. Like,
And you just have to like you have to just get like I don't know ahead of him with his big head.
yes,
And
the way he walked was killing me. I just couldn't. Like
it's
it's like
it's I mean, just the idea that somebody strapped him in there with a
Yes,
bomb is just so
yes,
funny.
it's brilliant.
It's yeah, I just it's yeah, perfect. What was I saying? What was I saying? Alternate
Hmm.
perspectives, Max and Mona, that was really good. Escort missions are awful, but it was fine. Oh, and also too, like, yeah, like I mean, with the like damage indicators, like you'll just like walk into a room and just like have no idea that
Yeah.
like where anyone is, like, and it just starts to happen. I
Yes.
I mean, they do a good job. I think Remedy did a good job at this point, like they did with the first game, where they have the enemies talking so that you can be like, oh,
Yes.
okay, so there's somebody in that room.
I played this one differently in that I would wait and listen to the conversations and try to like figure out or like especially if it was like around a corner, I would try to angle the camera to where I could see them but they were
Hmm.
still talking and I would wait until they weren't looking. I didn't run like directly into danger as often in this one as I did in the first one.
Yeah. And I was also I mean this is the era where you could like really save, you had the save scum to
Hmm.
kind of make it through the level. Like I would just after every firefight I would just save it. Quick save,
Yep.
quick save, quick save.
Yep.
Um But yeah, I mean, I think the best thing about these games are is the sort of the I mean, what do you call it? Ambient conversations
Yes. Or
or
the what you're right. Yeah.
whatever you call that. But essentially, like when you just you don't. This is another thing that I feel like I don't see a lot of anymore, where the characters are like set in place and they're just having a conversation, and it's
Hmm.
like really funny. And
Funny, right, right.
there's a video I'm gonna post in the post, a video I will put in the post when I post this. Um, that is the scene where you're in the cop, where you're like in the police headquarters, and like you go to the, you go to the, like one of the tables, and the guy's like, he's like, the cop's like, so you were there, covered in blood with a chainsaw, and you're saying you didn't kill your
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole back and forth that just goes on for a while, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. There's so many good things in this. And that's one of the things I did want to bring up in terms of how I felt like this one felt more realistic, more grounded, but also like more like being in an actual world instead of just a shooting gallery in
Yeah.
very samey buildings. Like the NPCs are so good in this game. And there actually are NPCs in this game, right?
Yeah.
So like the hooker that's trying to get out of the building, it's just
Well,
like
yeah.
there's so many hilarious moments just with NPCs in this game that this was not in the first one.
And there's the guy, there's like the the dude in that same building who's like he's like it's the cleaners
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's like the cleaners revolution's happening or something.
Yes.
And if you keep that dude alive like till the end, he'll actually like shoot out the window at the cleaners
Oh,
for
nice.
you when they're like when you're on the ground level, he'll like
Mm,
come to your aid if you keep him alive, which I thought was really funny. Because you can, if you want to, you can just shoot those NPCs
oh
that
yeah,
try
yeah.
to help you. I like at the the one that got me is it's like in the beginning you go into that woman's apartment.
The old
Uh,
lady with the shotgun.
yeah, and I accidentally shot her when I walked in because I was like, ah.
I didn't. And she was like, "Come in. I've got a shotgun just like this one in the cabinet over there. I'm sure you'll need it." So she actually gives you like the pump
Yeah.
action shotgun.
But like, like if you don't, like if you do, like you can keep them alive or you don't. It's like there's no
Mm.
effect on the like it's not a game over or anything, which I think
Did
is
you
kind of fun.
did you keep the guys who thought you were the backup alive?
No, so they ended up all dying on me,
Oh,
unfortunately, not by my hand. But
it
what
was
happens when you
so
keep them
funny.
alive?
It's so funny, like when you get out into the street and like there's like the whole like block war going on.
Yeah.
If you keep them alive long enough, they run in like to their like boss or whatever. And
Uh-huh.
he's like, "What the hell are you guys doing? That's Max Payne. Have you not heard of Max Payne? What'd you do? Bring him here to kill the boss?"
That's so good, dude.
So then they turn around and start shooting at you or whatever. I was dying.
Yeah, there's just like so much of that like which is like obviously the opposite of like the narrative, which is very
Mhm.
like grim and Max has got marbles in his mouth talking about the bodies piling up and everything. But like I don't know, like those moment to moment feelings or like interactions really make the game rewarding in that you want to, I don't know, like stand still for a second
Yes.
or just try to see more of the environment because it's that like level of personality that can, I mean, if it didn't have that, I mean, yeah, Max Payne would be a good fun game to play and everything, but
That's the perfect word for it. This one has so much more personality than the first one.
yeah, yeah, it does. They really leaned into like that aspect of
Hmm.
goofing around. And what was I gonna say? Uh-oh. I was gonna say something and I lost it. I'm getting old. So much to say about Max Payne 2 because it's so good. But I was gonna say that Remedy really likes their Funhouse situation. I was reminded too of
That
Alan Wake 2.
Oh, and there's a TV show that's a recurring show in this one.
Yep, yep. There you got
Some
that
detective
again.
guy, you got that again. There's a lots of things you could you've said 100 times. You can see so much of Remedy in these games that are now the Remedy we know now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, playing the Funhouse level again, like you go through it the first time and you get all the scares, but you don't have to like shoot
Mm-hmm.
anything. But it
Mm-hmm.
definitely reminded me of Alan Wake 2 at the Coffee Land
Yep.
place.
Yep. Exactly.
Um, so like it was fun to, yeah, like kind of see that they like that Funhouse feeling to a game that they on the meta like create an actual
Mm-hmm.
Funhouse for you to be in,
Right.
or a shooting gallery. So I think, yeah, I think, um, I'm trying to think of what else, just what I wanted to say about Max Payne 2. Um, oh my goodness, I'm blanking. I had one thing I wanted to say, and now I can't say it. Well, what's really interesting though, is that this game, I mean, it was critically reviewed like it was a darling. Like everybody loved it. Everybody. I don't think anyone had a bad word to say about Max Payne 2. If they did, they were wrong. But if they,
100%.
yeah, most people, most publications gave it a raving review. Yet it sold really poorly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this was I don't have any sales number. I couldn't find one. But apparently it undersold quite a bit. Uh, and that, of course, again happened to Max Payne 3, which I mean, Max Payne 3 is a different case because they put a lot of money in Max Payne 3, and I think they ended up still selling like 3 million units, but like I think they were aiming for like 5 or something. So like the level of like success is kind of, I don't know, murky when you get to how much money they dumped into it versus like, selling 3 million units of anything is great. Um, but they needed it to be a
Yeah,
higher
it's
level. So,
right for sure.
yeah, for this, I mean, at this time, 2003 for a video game, I don't know, maybe it sold under a million. Like that to me sounds like a,
Mm,
a bad situation. Um, to me that's crazy because I remember at that time when it came out, I knew all about it and I was pumped. But I also rented it, so I don't know if that, that maybe that didn't contribute to the sales. Um, I don't know, but I was like aware of it. I wanted it, so
yeah.
mm, I don't know, man. But yeah, and I think that the end of the game, luckily I remembered what you had to do with the boss fight at the end of the game. Uh,
Yeah,
it,
actually I did too. Once I got there, it came
I was
back
like,
to me.
oh right, right, right,
Hmm.
right. Because I think that they don't really do a good job of telling you like what you really need to do. And it's kind of weird.
Well,
But
it's like the first one. Like at least this one,
oh yeah,
it wasn't just, hey, this guy's a bullet sponge. Just keep because I kept looking for shit to do in the first one. I was
yeah,
like, this guy's not dying. I'm supposed to trigger something. What is it? So
uh-huh.
I'm looking around the room. At least in this one, he wasn't such a bullet sponge, and it was, nobody had been a bullet sponge at that point. So clearly, I was like, all right, there is something to do here.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot better. And I think the ending is very appropriate and
Yeah, I do
good
too.
and
Yep.
and just like, you know, just all the women in Max's life, it's always very sad,
Yeah.
um I think the if we never had a Max Payne 3,
The only thing it made me laugh out loud when what's his name? Wheelchair guy.
oh, Alfred Woden.
Woden. Like he was like, all right, that's enough. There's too much killing. And he decides to jump out of his wheelchair
Yeah, with
towards
like
it with nothing towards an armed man. Like, what are you
I
gonna
know,
do?
bro was handy capable. He wanted
I'm
to.
saying.
God.
I was like, what did you think was about to happen?
Yeah, and then Vlad just like stabs him or shoots him or
He
something.
shot him like
Shot
four
him.
times
Yeah.
directly in the chest because he had a gun and Woden didn't. I was like, what the shit are you doing?
Man, oh man. Yeah, I know Woden. I don't know what Woden th
He's
was.
like, I'm tired of all the killing. Let me leap out of this wheelchair at the armed man. Like, so he could also add me to the tally. Like,
He's just guilty about being on Epstein's island. What can I
that's what
say?
it was, yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Hanging out with
No,
Bill Clinton.
he knew the list was on the way.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta get out of here before that.
He's like, oh man. He's like, oh man. Oh, good times. If anybody's keeping track of American politics, it's amazing over here right now. We have the most, we have the most
I
is,
have more muted terms on Blue Sky than I have people I follow. It's like, I don't want to see any of it.
you're like,
Like,
you're just done with it, man. You just can't.
it's so depressing.
It is very depressing. It's very depressing.
It's not what I go to my phone for. Like,
I know, dude. I know. Like, I don't want to look at my phone and get mad.
mm-mm.
Um, so anyway, I pulled a quote from this dude who was the one of the big dudes behind the game Iron Fury. You know the game
Mm.
Iron Fury. And it was a good quote, so I pulled it, and it says, "I think this is what he says." He said his name is name is Max Yiltalo, and he was a lead level designer on Iron Fury. But he said about Max Payne 2, "I think it perfected a lot of things that the first Max Payne toyed around with. You can see the blueprint of the known Remedy style being laid out in full. While on paper it doesn't add much over the first game, the execution in Max Payne 2 is a much improved sum of parts." Which I think is
Hmm.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Like
he got it. Yep.
it's very much the same kind of game, run into a room and get shot a bunch of times, but they really filled out the limbs of the project, I guess, which I think
Hmm.
and I think that's what's really important here. Um yeah, man. You guys should go should play Max Payne. And I think, my personal thoughts on revisiting it a second time, or not a second time, but revisiting it a second time as an older person.
Yeah.
um I really appreciated this more than I had previously. Whereas like the first Max Payne, I just always like it. I've always liked it. I play it. It is very much what I remember it as.
Hmm.
But with Max Payne 2, like I can see such a like jump in quality in such a short amount of time when you think about like development. Um and the absolute attention to mood. Like, I mean, the rain falling on the warehouse in the beginning, it's so good in headphones. Like, I love that stuff so much.
Nice.
And yeah, there was just details like that I just caught more on the second time. Like, and there's like that the video I sent you to, like that guy playing like he's like playing piano. He's like playing classical piano for
Hmm.
his friend and before before they know you're there. And just like little things like that are um I don't know, there were smaller things that I noticed more this time around that made me appreciate like how much they jumped with
Hmm.
quality. And then, after this, of course, they would go to make Alan Wake, which is also like a really great sort of like if I were to play Alan Wake now after this, like be like, holy shit, like yeah, like
Right.
they really figured it out. And then I would say that like, from Alan Wake to, Control, um, like it's not as like the it feels more what's the word? they feel more in tandem with one another.
Yeah,
It's obviously like a great, like they obviously go up in different, like in terms of quality and, you
sure,
know,
but it's not such a drastic leap.
exactly. Like they're all kind of,
The
we're
blueprint
all,
is there at this point.
yeah, we're all kind of in the Remedy verse now, right?
Hmm.
So it's like we're there and games can only now get and look as good as they can.
Right.
But but at this time, you really saw like that jump.
Hmm.
A jump of development in 5 years back in 2000 was a lot more than
Yes.
people have been playing Fortnite for like 10 years now. So
Right.
like,
Right. Yes.
so like this is like it's really neat to see the jump in technology and writing
Oh
and
yeah.
their personal touch they put on it. That's my
This
long-winded.
was this was
Yeah.
also back in the time where console generation you know was always a mind-blowing leap, whereas now it's more like it's just the same thing but faster.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is just a more convenient version of the last
Hmm.
thing I had.
Right.
Um,
But this is back in the OG Xbox, going from the era before the PS1 to OG Xbox. Like,
yeah, I
holy
was like,
shit.
whoa.
That was probably the last truly mind-blowing leap, I feel like, because it's like we're playing so many of these old games and with our quote unquote old games, and they still look great
Yeah,
now.
I mean, getting rid of that texture warping that PlayStation
Hmm.
1 games had,
Yes, yeah.
like, and
The
not
biggest
seeing.
leap, like from what we've been playing till now, really for the most part for me, is just camera control.
Yeah, I mean, quality of life stuff I think is the biggest
Yeah, that's true, but
improvement for me. Like, and I'm a big fan now of these remastered RPGs where they're like,
mhm.
hey, why don't we just speed up the battle
No,
the,
right.
the battle
Yeah.
for you. It's like, ah, yes, thank you. Like this is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that yeah, definitely that jump to or away from like texture warping and all that was pretty crazy. I
Hmm.
think for me, like one of the last like holy shit moments for video games, I'm trying to think. Uh, when I played Uncharted 2, that was like a really big moment.
Mm.
That was a good game.
The last time I can honestly say, like, I was completely floored at something the first time I saw it was Silent Hill 2 on the PS2.
Oh, nice.
I remember that, like, that is one of my fondest video game memories, like, of all time, because
Mm-hmm.
that game just, well, like, just the when Harry like looked into the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Harry in the second one? No, what was his name? I don't know, but
Oh shit, what was his
what the
name?
fuck was his name?
Oh God, I gotta look it
I
up.
just played the damn remake. I've forgotten already.
Bloober Team.
Yeah.
Uh, Silent Hill 2. Is it
Oh, I almost said
James?
it. I
Is it
think it
James?
is
Yeah, it's James Sunderland.
James.
Yeah.
James. Yes.
Yeah.
When he like was when you go into the bathroom or whatever, and he wipes
Mm-hmm.
his hand and looks into the mirror. God, I was just what the fuck am I looking at?
That was
And
crazy,
then
man.
like yeah, and then like but that whole game that's it's my second favorite game ever made. So, but it, we were in our apartment in Atlanta. Our friend Walt had the PS2. We did not. He brought it over and he bought the game. And Pyramid Head had a small apartment with like six dudes in it screaming like little girls when he first popped out. Shit, like it's just everything about that game. But specifically, I remember that mirror scene, and I was just like, games will never look better than this.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like,
it was I think another moment like that for me too was like in Resident Evil 1 with when you
well,
see when you see the zombie for the first time. That was
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
big moment
yeah.
for PlayStation 1 era
Well,
for me.
that got me back into gaming because I had stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy at work was telling me about, he called it Residence Evil, and I was like, oh, what is that? And he's telling me, he's like he's got zombies. I was like, yeah, games always had zombies. He's like, no, you don't understand. And I was like, all right. And of course there's no YouTube for me to go to back then, right? So was like, I went to like Walmart or something and a video game magazine to look at what videos looked like then, because I just hadn't played anything since Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I had to get I had to get a PS1 and Residence Evil. And
Residents, the residents are evil.
yes, And I was like, oh my God, this is what games are now. I've not stopped since.
The residents are evil and Barry has his magnum.
Mm, that's right.
Uh, and Jill is the
The
keymaster.
master of unlocking.
The master of unlocking, yeah. Oh man, good stuff. Anything else? You want any comments on Max Payne 2? I think I said what I needed to say mostly, but
Yeah, I think I've said all I wanted to say about it. Just was super glad to have played it again.
yeah,
And
very it was I mean, I think, some like yeah, I don't know. I think too. I mean, this kind of happened. No, it didn't, because I already really loved Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 3. I remember
mm,
enjoying it, but didn't love it when I first played it. And then when we came
yes,
back
I
to
am
this,
very glad we replayed that one.
yeah,
Yep,
and then coming back to it a second time, I was like, oh, actually, this game's all right.
it's
It's a
really
lot better.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, but I
once
do.
you get used to the wonky controls, it's very good.
Yes, exactly. Once you get used to that Rockstar thing they do where they have to,
Hmm.
like, when you push forward on the stick, it like takes a second for the character to move forward because they like
Yes.
want to make it seem like it's really a person because that's
Mm,
Rockstar. But
mm,
yeah, I think coming back to this I was happy to play this a second time and be like, "Oh, yes. This is like I don't know, like I just picked up on a lot more things that I kind of missed when I was younger. I mean,
yes.
I, it was cool to. I mean, I had a physical copy of this, an Xbox physical copy,
Yep.
and it was really great too to play it on the Series X.
Yes.
Backwards
Yep.
compatibility looks great and runs really
Yep.
well. So, but yeah, I mean, it was great. So
That's crazy. I played my original copy from back in the day this year. That's nuts.
Bruh, that's yeah, we're looking at 23 years ago.
Yeah. I wish I had I was hoping I'd put the receipt in there because I started doing that at some point,
Uh-huh.
but it was not in there. Because I
Nice.
was like, that'd be cool to say, hey, I bought this in Auburn. I know it was in Auburn Mall, but I don't remember what day it was. But
And
I did not
it
have
looks
it.
like Xbox games won't get disc rot as far as I can tell. So
I've never experienced disc rot, so I don't know.
I think, that comes up every once in a while, but I really think disc rot is from very poorly manufactured DVDs. So
Yeah, like I understand that it's a thing. I'm just saying I've never experienced it. And I own
yeah.
a fuck ton of discs, so
I think it's like if you get those cheap, like those, like, you get those like $5 DVDs at
hmm
Walmart that were
hmm
just like that companies were doing. I think those
yeah,
might be sus, but
right.
I think most, and I don't know if Blu-rays get disc rot. I don't know if that's a thing, but
Mm, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Anyways, next month we are coming back. We can't get away from it, but Ninja Theory, we're going back. We're going back to Ninja Theory so we can play
Yup, yup.
boom boom. We're gonna play Heavenly Sword, which is you've not played Heavenly Sword,
No,
correct?
never.
Okay.
Have not played it. No.
I have. It is a ambitious, wild game. Uh and I'm really curious to go back to it now because
Am
for
I
its
gonna be
time.
able to play this without a six axis thing? Because I'm not sure I have one of those.
Oh, actually, let me see. Heavenly Sword,
I just thought of that.
six axes. The six axes needed for this game. I have the. Oh, let's see here.
I should have one.
Wait, just go to the menu and turn off motion sensors.
Ah, word. Okay, bet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, if we played like Lair, then
Hmm.
but no, actually no, Lair, they had an update where they took away the
Ah, good.
but I don't even know if those updates exist anymore. Like I don't even know. Like I don't know. I don't know if you can download updates anymore on video games. Yeah, we're gonna play Heavenly Sword, which is a God of War adjacent
Mhm.
game, but with more motion capture, and was supposed to be a really big thing, but it didn't really take off for
Yeah.
Sony. And we've talked about this before with this game on something else, but like they built like Ninja Theory built like a whole um this is back when people made their own game engines and things, and
Hmm.
like the game engine for Heavenly Sword, they Sony owned it, and so that's when they moved to that's when they did Enslaved afterwards they had to use the Unreal
Ah,
Engine.
Hmm.
and they couldn't use the engine they came up with Heavenly Sword. So, um, you know, corporations be
Interesting.
corporations. Yeah, but anyway, so
Sure.
Heavenly Sword, lots of very, very big game, very narrative driven, and I'm curious actually to go back to this one because it was I don't know if it was a launch title for the PS3, but it was close,
Yeah.
and was very visually exciting for its time. But I'm guessing when I go back to it now, I'll be like, huh, we'll see.
Right.
It's like just all piss filter and looks
Yeah.
like a really good PS2 game kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, that was fun. Anyways, Max Payne 2, get it now at your local game store.
Yep.
I
It's
did not
also
ch
digital if you
Yeah,
want to.
I did not check to see if there was a mobile version of this game.
No.
You can get a mobile version of Max Payne 1 still, so if you want it. Um, and yeah, Mitch, thank you as always for
Yes, sir.
being my co-host, and appreciate you. And I'm excited to now. I'm looking at my shelf with Heavenly Sword on it, and I'm gonna pop it in tomorrow, I think. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
And we will talk about that at the end of August.
Ugh,
And
yeah.
I'll get through this awfully hot summer we got going on, and
Yeah.
just pray my electric bill won't be ridiculous. The AC.
There's no hope here for me for that.
It's a bitch. Um,
It's
all
almost a
right.
second rent payment.
I know. Yeah, basically. Um, all right. Well, thanks for listening and catch you on the flippity flop. Flippity